Thank you for joining me in today's stretch and core. I hope you had a great weekend. As always, stretch and core, body weight core movements, but if you have a weight or something to hold on to, always feel free to add that. Otherwise, we're going to go ahead and get started. We have, let's see, 5 exercises today, and we're going to do 3 rounds, 40 seconds of work, 15 seconds each. For each exercise, only one set, so we'll go through exercise and the next one till we get through all 5, and then we'll repeat it for 2 more rounds. So getting started, we're going to be laying on our backs. We have alternating leg raises. So you have 2 options. You can either keep both feet on the ground and alternate raising those legs up one at a time, or if you want to challenge, you're going to keep both the legs hovering off the ground, and then you'll raise it up, and then you'll bring it back down, and then switch, making sure that you don't raise up that other leg until you've dropped it down. That way it's more of a challenge for your core to keep that other leg hovering off the ground. As always, lower back is nice and flat. Great, nice pelvic tilt. And then our second exercise, we're going to do a cross leg toe touch. So legs straight in the air. You're going to raise that hand and bring it to the outside of the opposite foot. So right hand's coming to the outside of the left foot, lay back down, left hand's coming to the outside of the right foot, making sure that shoulder blade of whichever arm you're raising is coming off the ground. That way you can engage that upper core. And then our second exercise, we have a windshield wiper. So laying on our backs, arms out to the side, keeping our legs straight in the air. We're going to drop it down to the right, as far down as you can, while keeping both shoulder blades on the ground, and then picking it back up, and then dropping those legs down to the opposite side. Modified version, you're just going to bend your legs and have the feet in the air, and then you're just going to drop your knees down side to side rather than the feet. And then our next exercise, we have a bent leg cocoon. So keeping those legs bent, hands by your head, you're going to bring in your knees to chest. And while you do that, you're going to crunch on up. So your knees should be touching your elbows. And then you'll slowly lay back down while also bringing your toes to tap the ground. While you do that, keeping that nice pelvic tilt, lower back completely flat. That is what's going to engage and work your core. Then you're going to bring it back up and then back down, nice, slow, in control, making sure you feel that throughout your entire core. And then our last exercise, we will be doing a Russian twist bicycle. So sitting up on our bottoms, legs bent, we're going to pick those feet up. And as we bring our hands to the outside of one hip, that's the leg that's going to extend. And then you're just going to alternate back and forth, alternating those leg extensions with that Russian twist going side to side. Modified version, you can keep the heels down, toes up, and you'll extend one leg out. And again, hands coming to the outside of that hip. That other leg is just heel down, toe up. But we will go ahead and get started with those alternating leg raises. So starting on your back, legs extended. We're going to alternate raising one leg up, bring it back down, and then the other. We have one set, 40 seconds of work, 15 seconds of rest, and then repeating that for 3 rounds for all 5 exercises, starting with these alternating leg raises in 3, 2, 1. Go ahead, bring that leg up, back down, then bring the other leg straight in the air. Lower back is nice and flat. If you want to add even more of a challenge, if you're already hovering both feet off the ground, you can keep your arms extended over your chest and hold on to something like a weight or whatever you might have for that extra resistance. These 10 seconds. 2, 1, let's rest. We're keeping those legs extended, but we're going to raise them straight in the air now. And this is where we do our cross leg toe touch. So hands coming to the outside of that opposite foot in 2, 1, right hand to the outside of the left foot, back down, left hand outside of that right foot, making sure shoulder blades come in off the ground. Halfway through this set. Three more seconds. 2, 1. Let's rest. We're going to keep those legs in the air, arms out to our sides though, and then we have a windshield wiper, so dropping those feet down left to right in 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop those feet down to the right, keep those legs straight, shoulder blades on the ground, then pick it back up and drop it down to that other side. If you need to, modified version, you're bending those legs, dropping the knees down instead of the feet, still keeping both shoulder blades nice and flat to the floor. Three more seconds. Go ahead and rest, and then we're going to bend those legs, feet flat, hands by our head. We're going to crunch in both our elbows and our knees. In 3, 2, 1. Bring them both in, and then slowly drop back down until your toes tap the floor, and then bring it back up. Stay in control. Keep that pelvic tilt. Ten seconds remaining. 2, 1. Sit it on up. Our last exercise we have in this first round, we have our Russian twist bicycle. So legs bent, heels can be down, toes up, or you can hover them off the ground. In 2, 1, extend that leg out, bring the hands to the outside of the hips, bring it back, and then you're switching sides. Again, if you want that extra challenge, you'll keep both feet hovered off the ground, and you'll repeat same motions. Keep that back nice and straight. Five more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and rest. Lay it back down. We're starting back over with those alternating leg raises. Legs straight. Bringing one up in 3, 2, 1. Pick that leg up. Drop it back down. And then switch sides. Just over 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and rest. You can drop the feet down to the floor. Keep them straight. We're going to pick those legs up, and we have our cross leg toe touch. So pick those legs straight in the air. 3, 2, 1. Right hands coming to the outside of that left foot, and then left hands coming outside of that right foot. Shoulder blades off the ground, hands by our head. 10 seconds. Keep that head off the floor. Only 5 to go. 3, 2, 1. Keep those legs in the air. Arms are coming out to our sides now. Windshield wipers. We're going to drop those legs down unless you're doing the modified, and then you can bend the legs, but our feet should still be in the air. 2, 1, drop it down. Keep those shoulder blades on the floor. So only go as low as you can while both shoulder blades stay nice and flat to the floor. Again, if you're bending your legs for that modified version, you're just dropping the knees down. Seven more seconds. Go ahead and rest. We're going to bend those legs, feet flat, hands by our head, crunching in both our knees and elbows for this bent leg cocoon in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring them both in, shoulder blades off the ground, and then slowly lower back down, back nice and flat until those toes tap the ground softly, and then quickly pick them back up and come into that crunch. So that crunch should be a quick in motion, and then you're slowly dropping it back down. Just over 10 seconds remaining. Push that lower back into the ground. 2, 1, sit it on up. Legs bent. You can have the heels down, toes up, or both feet in the air for our Russian twist bicycles. In 3, 2, 1. Twist it out and extend one leg, and then switch sides. So whatever side your hip is or your hands are coming down to, that's the leg that you will be extending. Keep that back nice and straight. Five more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. We have one final round, starting it again, back with those alternating leg raises. We are laying on our back, legs are straight. We're gonna pick them off the ground in 2, 1, raise them up. One leg comes up, drop it back down, and then the other. "15 seconds. This is the last time we're going to do this exercise today. Breathe through it. 3 more seconds. And we are resting. We're going to keep those legs straight. We're going to bring them in the air for our cross leg toe touch. Hands by our head. 4, 3, 2, 1. Right arm extends out to the outside of the left foot. Left to the outside of the right foot. Shoulder blades off the ground. Five more seconds. Let's rest, and let's keep those legs straight, arms out to our side, windshield wipers. Keep those shoulders on the ground, dropping our feet in 3, 2, 1. Bring it down, back up, and then down to that other side. Again, that modified version, you're just bending those legs, dropping the knees down instead of the feet, still keeping both the shoulder blades nice and flat to the floor, not letting them pick up. Go ahead and rest, and let's bend our legs, bring our hands to our head, bent leg cocoon in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it in, back down, nice and slow. Coming in quickly, nice slow count all the way down, pressing that lower back into the floor the entire way down. We're gonna rest and we're gonna sit it on up for our last set, and then we're gonna end it with our planks giving plank. But first, these Russian twists in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands are coming outside of the hip. That's the leg that extends. Bring it back in, switch sides, switch leg extensions. Our last 40-second set, and then after this, we're gonna turn it over. In this third week of planks given, we have 60-second planks at the end of each of our live classes. So we're going to turn it over in 15 seconds and hold a 60-second elbow plank. 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Let's turn it over. Elbows under our shoulders. We're gonna raise our knees up, no butts in the air, no backs caving in. Raise them up in 4, 3, 2, 1. Knees off the ground. We are holding a plank now. 60 seconds. Keep that back nice and straight. Don't raise those hips up. Stay strong. We are almost halfway there. Twenty more seconds. You can do it. Stay strong. If you need to, you can always modify and come down on your knees. Just make sure you're holding some kind of plank, single digits. 5 seconds remaining. 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and rest. Whew. And then we are going to bring it back onto our backs for our stretching portion. So, laying on our backs, we have our legs bent, bringing our arms out to our side. We're going to pick up those legs, have them bend still, left hand coming to the outside of that right knee, right arm out to its side. And we're going to drop those knees down towards the left and look over that right shoulder. Focusing on that breathing, taking nice deep inhales through the nose, and then nice deep exhales out through the mouth. 3, 2, 1. Bring those knees back up. Extend the left arm out. Right hand outside of left knee. Drop those knees down towards the right and look over the left shoulder. 3, 2, 1. Go ahead, pick those knees back up, keep them bent. Place both hands on the front of the knees and just pull your knees gently in towards your chest, stretching out your lower back. If you'd like, you can even rock left and right in this position. Three, two, one. We're gonna stay on our backs, keep those legs bent. So now we're gonna bring the bottom of our feet together and open up those knees into a butterfly and just pull those feet in towards yourself. You're gonna feel this stretch in your inner thigh and your groins. If you'd like, if you need a deeper stretch, you can use your elbows to help push those knees open. One more deep breath. And then go ahead and drop those feet down to the ground, keeping those legs bent. We're going to come into a piriformis. So taking your right leg, crossing it over your left, and then picking that left leg up in your hand. You're going to pull that leg towards you until you feel that stretch running through your right piriformis. Should be nice and easy, no pain. One more deep breath. And then drop that left leg down, uncross the right, cross the left over the right, and then pick that right leg up. Now stretching out your left piriformis. Three, two, one. Drop that right leg down, uncross, and then slowly sit up. We are going to bring ourselves crisscross. We're going to take our left hand, place it down beside us, and you can either reach that right arm over and feel that stretch go down the right side. If you need a little bit of a deeper stretch, you can drop that left elbow down. And again, right arm's coming straight overhead, making sure that right hip is not coming off the ground. Press that right hip into the floor. Three, two, one. Bring it back up center, right hand now coming next to us. Again, you can either now reach that left arm over, or if you know you need a deeper stretch, you can drop that right elbow to the floor. Make sure both those hips stay nice and level. Press that left hip into the floor. Three, two, one. Bring it back up center. We're now going to place our hands in front of us, palms on the ground, and we're just going to slide them as far forward as we can, bringing that chin to chest. Go ahead, walk those hands over towards the left. And then walk them over towards the right. Bring it back center. Slide the hands back in. And we're going to lean forward, pushing off so that we can come into a quadruped position, hands and knees. We're going to step that right foot forward into a left hip flexor stretch. Just sinking your hips into this stretch. We will pick that right hand up off the ground, twist towards the right, bring it into the air so that your shoulders are stacked on top of each other. And then we're gonna gently bring that right hand back to the floor. And then we will push our hips back, extending our right leg and raising our right toes off the ground, folding forward into this right hamstring stretch. Three, two, one. Push the hips forward back into that hip flexor. Step that right foot back, and then bring that left foot forward. Now in a right hip flexor stretch. Again, just sinking those hips. We'll pick that left hand up off the ground, twist it towards the left, bringing it into the sky, shoulders stacked on top of each other, nice straight line. And then go ahead, bring that left hand back down. We're gonna push the hips back, extend the left leg, raise the toes up, heels down, fold it forward into this left hamstring stretch. Three, two, one. Push the hips forward, bend that left leg, drop the toes back down, step that left foot back so that we're back into this quadruped position. And lastly, we're gonna stretch out our shoulders. So just sliding those hands forward, keeping the hips up. We're gonna drop our forehead down to the ground, keeping those arms nice and straight. And then we're just gonna push our chest into the floor, stretching out our shoulders and our upper chest. Three, two, one. Raise your forehead off the ground, slide the hands back into quadruped, and we will pick our knees off the ground, come up on our toes into this downward dog position, and then you can just pedal out the feet as fast or as slow as you want to stretch out both of your calves. Just alternating, dropping those heels to the ground. Maybe you hold it for a couple of seconds, whatever feels comfortable and right for you, depending how tight your calves are. And then we will go ahead and slowly walk our hands back towards our feet into this forward fold. We're going to take a nice big inhale through our nose and reach our hands to the sky. In 3, 2, 1, inhale up. Reach all the way up. And then exhale it back down. One more of those in 3, 2, 1. Inhale it up. All the way to the sky, stretching out your core. And then exhale down. Arms can just come down. That is all I have for class today. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed. And hopefully I'll see you next